That was just, I thought defensively, just a 40-minute effort, maybe our best of the year. 31% field goal percentage defense, 20% three-point field goal percentage defense. We created some turnovers. That's a team that is one of the best in the country of not turning it over. They average 8.2 turnovers a game. I think they're top 10 in the country of not turning it over. Today they had 14, so I credit our defense for that. But good bench play. Jalen Owinga was huge for us. Just got to keep on building.
What has Jalen meant to you guys in the last few weeks? It seems like he's starting to get comfortable.
Dave, sometimes, and I know this is a cliche, but sometimes the light comes on and stays on. I've coached, obviously I've been head coach for 24 years, been in this profession for 38, I think. I've had similar situations where it's literally one moment or one game where someone kind of changes the course of their career. I hope that's the case with Wingo. I hope, because he's always had the ability, but I told him before the season, I don't want to talk about ability anymore and potential. I want to talk about production. And now he's starting to produce, and when we need him to produce.
Austin had the 5 blocks, I think. Just what can you say about his performance?
Defensively, he was really good. 5 blocks. He was a game changer. I thought his ball screen defense was on point. Now he's got to get his offense just to slow down a little bit, but he's getting there. He's no question about it. He's getting there.
And the trio between Leroy, Sonny, and Sean had all finished in the teens. What can you say about that trio?
Well, when you have, we got 5 guys averaging double figures. So when not too many teams in the country have 5 guys averaging double figures. We do.
Put Minor back in the starting lineup today. Obviously, you got the results you wanted. Was the process what you wanted out of that as well?
Yeah, I think so. He started because he's been playing hard and his defensive energy. That's what we need. And I haven't been real happy on how Kyler's just how hard he's been playing. So sending a message. Hopefully the message is received.
When you have players like Austin getting 5 blocks and Sean has 6 steals in the last 2 games, I mean, have you been kind of like instilling in them just be more aggressive at all?
Well, we just want to get better defensively. This is a team that in a program that's always been good on offense. When this team is together defensively and connected defensively and tough defensively and finishing plays, we got a chance to be good. We just didn't finish some plays against Akron when we should have.
The idea was floated this week of playing Bowling Green a third time in non-conference matchup. Just, do you have any thoughts on potentially seeing that as a neutral site type game?
Yeah, this is really kind of the brain trust of Connor Whalen, our deputy AD, and I'm all for it. I think it's a great idea on his part. I think it's great for the fans. If it can make some money to support what we're trying to do, it's a win-win. So, and I would really love, just for the Northwest Ohio, to have a game downtown. I think that'd be really cool. Not on Bowling Green's campus, not on our campus, and neither of us is willing to give up a conference game to play downtown. We're just not willing to do that. You can't. But to have a third game that I would think would be a really good draw against your rival for something that, let's be honest, in this day and age is needed, let's play them. I'd like to do it next year. So hopefully, I don't think it's possible on their end, but hopefully they can change.
Yeah, you guys talk a lot about playing a full 40 minutes, playing complete games. I mean, just how do you think you guys did that today?
I feel like we did that since the start of the game. We came out, we set the tempo early. That's what we wanted to do. And, we've been preaching about playing a complete game. Like we said, against Akron, we didn't play a full complete game. We played a good first half in the 20 minutes that we had. Then, they just made their run. So as long as we keep playing a complete game with 40 minutes, we're going to get the job done.
7 assists today, 8 against Akron on Tuesday. I mean, just how have you been able to improve your decision making? Is there anything you can attribute to that?
Just finding my guys when they open. That's kind of main thing. Creating for them. Whether I come off a ball screen or isolation. I'm attacking the basket. Just make the extra pass. Even if I got a good shot, if I see somebody open, just make the extra pass. That just open the space up more for myself. When it's time. But other than that, I'm just gonna always get my guys involved.
A lot of impressive defensive statistics from this game. What's the defensive stat you look at the most?
Ask that one more time, please. Sorry.
So a lot of different impressive defensive stats today. You guys had a lot of blocks, you held a low field goal percentage. What is the defensive metrics, maybe the stat that you most look forward to, the one that says to you, we did a good job defensively?
It really don't show up on the paper, but I'm gonna say our communication. I feel like the communication was key today. You know, when you gotta be able to communicate on the floor to other guys, let them know like what coverage we in. You know, what your man doing and stuff like that. It gives other guys around an idea of what's gonna happen. So the more we keep doing that, you know, the execution was there. You see, we got 5 blocks, you know, well 5 from AP, and we got a lot of steals tonight. So as long as that continue, we'll be good.
You talked about, you know, just wanting to do anything the team needs you to do. 62.5% from the field, 2 for 4 from 3 today. You really feel like you found your shooting stride as of late?
Yeah, I feel like I'm more comfortable out there. I went through a little slump in the month of December and part of January, but I feel like I'm finally, you know, out there, confident, just unconscious shooting. So yeah.
And then same question I asked Coach, but 6 steals in your last 2 games. I mean, it's just what is attributed to maybe your increased aggressiveness in that area?
I'm just trying to hone in on defense. You know, just trying to create extra possessions for, you know, my team because, you know, in college basketball, it's literally the difference on 1 possession. So if that steal is at the end of the game, even if it's the first possession of the game, that's the difference in the game. That's something that I was trying to do.
What type of boost did Jalen give you guys coming off the bench today? Obviously 10 points and really was able to help you out in that first half as you kind of got the cushion when he was out on the floor. What have you seen from Jalen the last couple of weeks, the last couple of days in practice that has allowed him to perform like this?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but you can definitely tell, you know, he's ready to go. You know, he's trying to, you know, it's the final push for seeding. He's locked in, but I'm a little mad at him. He did steal a rebound from me today, so I'm going to have to talk to him about that. But
And he missed a couple bunnies too, going to get on for that too.
yeah, but the coach to get that, I give him for the rebound.
Oh, the overall defensive effort, where does that come from? Because everybody wants to talk about scoring, and we know that over the years, TK's had some great offensively efficient performances, but you win with defense.
Yeah, I think it's just we've taken, you know, the next step when it comes to scouting, you know, paying attention more. You know, we're taking what we drill in practice and applying it to when we play live in practice and then applying that to the actual game. So I think that's where the biggest, carryover is. It just shows signs of maturity with this team.